Take a look at this man, his name is James. James is looking at a sheet that is on the floor, and when he removes it, he realizes that a woman is lying there. She's unconscious. James starts to unbutton his coat, and the woman suddenly wakes up. She's beside herself, and asks if he thinks she's pretty. James replies that yes, she's very beautiful, but the woman starts to cry. She says her boyfriend left her for another woman. James asks her not to cry, it's not worth crying for such a man. He tries to console her, so she stops crying. He tries to help her up, and puts the coat on her so she can cover herself. Lucy discreetly tries to take James' wallet, but he notices and stops her, asking why she's trying to steal him. She needs money? Lucy replies yes. She wants to drown her sorrows and forget everything that happened through drinking, but she has no money left. James says fine, he'll give her the money if she wants, but she should know that nothing in life is free, and if she wants the money, she'll have to do something for it. Lucy asks what he wants her to do. James asks her to accompany him because on the way he'll explain everything. She asks him to wait a minute. Why should she trust him? James says she doesn't have many options. She agrees and decides to go with him as she needs to heal the wounds in her heart. Lucy escorts James to the car, but she's so drunk she can barely walk. James has to get her in the car while she's barely staying awake. He's about to leave when a woman comes out of her hiding place in the bush and runs towards the car. She hits the car and insistently asks the driver to open the car door. He raises the window so she can't touch him, and locks the door before she can pull the handle. The woman asks him to open the door and release her cousin. James rolls down the window and asks if she knows Lucy. The woman says yes, but James replies that he's her boyfriend, and is going out with Lucy right now. Lucy seems to wake up for a moment, and says that this woman won't stop bothering her, and asks her to go away and leave her alone. The woman says that she won't leave without Lucy, and if the driver leaves, she will call the police, and insists that he open the door. James loses his temper and says he won't do what she asks, and drives off in the car. The woman stays behind, but manages to photograph the car before it disappears. She tries to go after him. In the car, Lucy is unconscious. James called her a few times, but as she didn't answer, he got worried, asked her not to sleep, as it wasn't the best time for her to be unconscious. He tries to wake her up, keep her awake, but nothing works, she's not even listening to him. He decides to stop the car, takes off his seatbelt, opens the door and gets out to check on Lucy. He opens the back door and shakes Lucy several times, but she doesn't wake up. He opens her purse looking for something. He turns everything over until he finds her cell phone. He positions the cell phone in front of her face, to unlock the cell phone and access it, and goes back outside the car. The woman who is hiding is now near a policeman. The policeman is distracted making a snack, and doesn't see her sneaking up behind him, taking something that was in her pocket. He asks her to come back. The policeman tries to start the motorcycle, but realizes that she stole the keys, and runs after the woman. James returns to the car with Lucy's cell phone. He's on a call with another man, who's giving him address data. James pays close attention, memorizing the information, and says he understands where it is, and is on his way there. He starts the car and drives off again. He looks in the mirror to see how Lucy is doing, but she remains unconscious. James is preoccupied wanting to get to his goals soon. The woman who robbed the policeman is on the run, when she trips and falls. The policeman manages to capture her. James has Lucy on his lap and is looking for the address. The woman points James out to the officer and says he did it. Desperate, she accuses him. The policeman says that James will go to the police station, but James asks them to calm down, he will just let Lucy go. The woman asks where he was going to take Lucy. The policeman handcuffs James, and the woman runs to check if Lucy is okay. James asks the policeman to take it easy as he can explain himself. A man comes out of a house. He sees Lucy and calls her his daughter, asking if she's okay, and asks where's the taxi driver who brought her to the house. James replies that he's over there. Lucy's father doesn't understand why the policeman is arresting him. The woman is outraged. She says James wouldn't help anyone, he would hurt Lucy, and asks if the father doesn't realize that. Lucy's father says there was a misunderstanding. James found Lucy unconscious, and assured her father that he would take her home safely, so he asks the police to release James, as he's making a big mistake. The woman remembers that James lied about being Lucy's boyfriend, but James responds that he only did it to try to save her, and remembers that the woman also lied about being her cousin. She explains that she also lied to try to save Lucy, as she thought James was going to do something bad to her. The policeman apologizes to James for wrongly accusing him, and by the looks of it, it was all a misunderstanding. But now that everything is resolved, it's time for the policeman to leave. He congratulates James on the good deed. The woman realizes that it's time to go too, since Lucy is safe at home, there's nothing else to be done. But before leaving, she apologizes to James for accusing him unfairly, and it would be great if there were more good-hearted people like him in the world. She says goodbye and leaves. The policeman too. Lucy is still very drunk and wakes up celebrating, not knowing what just happened. Her father is worried. Lucy breaks down in tears, wondering why her boyfriend left her, saying she didn't deserve to go through this. James says that when he promised to take her to a safe place, he meant the truth, and meant her home, as there is no safer place than home and family. He asks her to come in, and the two help her walk home. Lucy's father thanks James immensely for the good attitude he had. He doesn't know how to thank him. James replies that he doesn't need to worry, he's just done his duty as a good citizen. As it happened with Lucy, it could have happened with James' wife, with his mother, with his sister. He just did the right thing. James takes the opportunity to return Lucy's cell phone, and advises her father to be more careful at other times, because not everyone has good intentions like James, and something bad can happen. They say goodbye, and Lucy's father is happy that his daughter is finally home and safe. The woman is hiding behind a tree, and is on the phone with someone, saying that their plan has failed. A taxi driver spoiled their plans, and she didn't make it. She ends the call on the phone. She looks towards Lucy's house, and says that this time she was saved, but that next time she won't be able to go back. Every day we lose women around the world. We need to join forces to fight these injustices and this evil. We need to protect women.